Morning guys, it's another beautiful morning. I'm just sitting here enjoying my alkaline water with lemon juice and pink Himalayan salt, but boiled this morning as well. Really starting to look forward to this every morning at the moment. Funny enough, I've been having dreams about food now, and strangely about bounty bars, and I don't even eat or drink anything that contains milk anymore, so that's quite interesting. What I'd like to talk to you about this morning is something that I experience when I'm doing a fast myself, whether it's a dry fast, a hard dry fast, a wet fast, or even a juice fast, is that I start to get an abundance of energy at around anywhere between 3:30 a.m. and 6 a.m. in the morning. I believe this to be because this is when the energy from the sun raises in the UK roughly around 4:30 to 4:50 around this time of year. So the light language and the light codes coming through is its strongest. Spiritually, the veil between the spiritual world and the physical world is at its finest as well. So for some reason I seem to get a burst of energy, and this is the time when, if I wanted to do any astral projection or out-of-body experiences, this is the most powerful time I find. When I'm not fasting, I find that if I drink some coconut water, which contains a lot of potassium, this helps me shift from in-body to out-body. Probably do a little bit of a talk about that another time. So the reason I find fasting very powerful is as I mentioned before, there's 114 chakras in the body. We've got the 7 main ones in the energy wheel, and these correlate with the colours of the rainbow. So when I'm doing this 21-day fast, I'm doing on average around half an hour of sun gazing a day. I tend to try to do either 22 minutes first thing in the morning or 22 minutes in the evening, and a little bit in between, because this is when the UV rays are at their least powerful and it's less damaging for the eyes. I don't actually believe the sun is damaging to the eyes, because I can actually sun gaze at around midday now and it doesn't cause anything at all. This is again some of the programming I believe we have in order to hold us back, but we'll go on to that another time. So by drinking the water, we're actually speeding up the chakras in the body. I do a meditation every day as well, a chakra blessings meditation. If you don't know how to do this yourself, there's a very good one you can buy, or even probably get a podcast of Dr. Joe Dispenza called the Energy Blessings of the Chakras. It's about 45 minutes long, and he goes through each chakra and blesses it. And that's something that I do every day when I'm doing this particular fast, because I do believe that this helps speed up the main energy wheel because of the colours and the chakras. This was very important for me. I've done a lot of research into myself as well. I've done a lot of numerology, so I know my life path number. I'm a life path number 9. I've also done human design. I'm a 1-3 manifester. This means technically my throat chakra was very, very powerful when I was born, but unfortunately, due to abusing this when I was very young and telling a lot of porcupines, I actually closed down my throat chakra, and I found that when I was to speak out, one of my biggest fears was to publicly speak. And if I was to publicly speak, not a lot of people would even listen to me. So I've spent a lot of years correcting this and making a conscious effort to speak my truth. This will also help heal your throat chakra. But combined with the fasting, I found now that I actually put myself into a position at the beginning of this year where I went to a public speaking academy called Standout Speakers Academy, and this helped me gain the confidence I needed to stand up on stage and speak in front of people. And we now run various events, and we do a men's awareness group, and I find it a lot more confident even talking into camera. But I find it easier talking in camera than I do in front of people anyway, but I actually find it a lot easier speaking in front of people. And the fears that I wrote down at the beginning of the year, I've actually worked my way through, and I've only got one left now anyway. There's only several people who know what that is, and I might let you in on it at some point, but not just yet. So I find that when you do the shadow work and the inner work on your energy centers when you're fasting, I find it a lot more powerful, a lot more profound. Personally, I have anyway, and I hope that this will help you as well. Now, I mentioned yesterday also about the pink Himalayan salt. I've had quite a lot of people messaging me saying that salt makes you retain water. Pink Himalayan salt's a little bit different. Not all salt's made equally. A lot of man-made salts and sodiums will make you withhold water quite drastically. The water that I'm drinking is quite low in sodium anyway. You can actually buy sodium-free water. I think it's from Poland or somewhere, which I generally try to use near the end of a fast to not gain too much water weight straight away. But pink Himalayan salt won't make you withhold or retain too much water, so don't worry about that. Plus, if we're not doing huge amounts of it either, so that's the answer to that one. So today I probably will touch on a little bit more of meditation. It's something that I found very, very difficult when I first started this journey. My mind was racing all over the place all of the time, and as it happens, I was very addicted to lots of different substances. I was addicted to food, I was addicted to girls, I was addicted to cars, I was addicted to drugs, I was addicted to alcohol, and I thought I was addicted to these things, but in reality I stumbled across this video one day by Alan Watts, and it's called The Mind, and it's on YouTube. If you YouTube Alan Watts The Mind, he basically goes through and says that the one thing the human race is addicted to that we're unaware of is thinking, and that when we overthink, this puts our lives out of balance. And this video, I sat there and I cried my eyes out to it. It was almost a bit of a, it's making me tearful now. It was definitely a turning point for me. It made me realise that when I get into bed every night, I'd actually go through and think of all the negative things that happened that day, which, when you know the law of attraction, you're just drawing all that shit back into your life again. And so it's a repetitive thing. If you get into bed and you beat yourself up about all the things that you've done that day negatively, instead of looking at the things you're grateful for, then you're just going to draw all that stuff back into your life again, because you're sending out that vibrational frequency, attaching onto it and drawing it back into your life. So I started to change another thing. When I get into bed, I sort of go through everything that I'm grateful for that day, all of the people that I've met, all of the events that have happened, anything that's negative that's happened. I say that I'm grateful for the lesson that it taught me. And this completely spins your whole vibration, turns it on its head, and then the next morning you feel almost so much fresher waking up. It's almost like you've stepped into a different dimension or a different reality. And I do believe that there is various other realities and timelines going on right now, and that you only need to match your vibration to jump into one of those realities or timelines. And an example I want to give you of this is, say you was to get out of bed of a morning and smash your foot on the side of the bed. You just go, oh, for fuck's sake, it's going to be one of those days again. You've created a timeline then when you're going to draw that energy towards you, that your day will be one of those days. It's going to go downhill from then because you've latched onto that vibration. Whereas if you used to get out of bed and smash your foot on the side of the bed and say, oh, now that's happened, that's the worst thing that can happen today, that's out the way now, it's only going to get better from here. You've just created off and branched off into a completely different reality where you've set the vibration for the day. This 100% works. Trust me. I've gone from being the emotional manifestor that I am. I can go through very, very lows and very, very highs, and I can come out of them very quickly just by putting certain things into place and certain modalities that I've found over the years. It's very, very powerful. As I say, the power of the mind is amazing, and I'm going to touch on that more. Yeah, I think I'll leave it there for now. That's 8 minutes long. I'm trying to keep these videos between 5 and 8 minutes a day at the moment. These videos are over the 21 days to try and raise money for a 40-day water fast that I would like to conduct a documentary on. In this documentary, I'm probably going to go the last 5 to 7 days of the 40-day fast on a hard dry fast, and really try to show how my strength and physique won't change as much as you believe it would, because of the affirmations and the positive energies and the sound frequencies and the earthing and the sun gazing and the energy exchanges that I'm going to be utilizing and making use of will help me to maintain that strength and that clarity and that sense of connectedness with source, God, universal energy, whatever you'd like to look at it. I know always I look at things. You're free to look at things in any way you'd like to. All have a very blessed day. It looks like it's going to be a good one again. And thank you for taking the time out to watch this video. Please share it with your friends. Please subscribe. Please share it with your loved ones.